Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday to you. Beautiful day, 70 something, sun's out, a little cloudy. I like it when it's a little cloudy in the summer. Takes the edge off the heat a little bit. But today I'm gonna say, and I just did a 23-minute speech on this. I know I can never totally recreate my really awesome speeches, but today was a great one. Today was about just being on a mission, man. And I've talked about this a million times, but if you're not on a mission, you're never gonna feel good. And if you don't pick even the most simplistic mission as, hey, I'm just gonna make myself better every day for the rest of my life. At least I'm gonna try. Because you don't get better every day. But if you try, eventually over time, and you keep trying and keep trying and keep trying, you're gonna get better. You're gonna be better. You're gonna feel better. You're gonna do better. You're gonna make more money. You're gonna have more friends. You're gonna have more love in your life. And it's simply because you're not a miserable prick. Miserable pricks that have no mission and no purpose above, again, the 9-to-5 survival. They hate their life. And guess what? You may think that you're stuck in this fucked up situation. And hey, I was stuck in a lot of them in my life. But guess what? At the end of the day, it's a choice that I made to get there. So if you don't like being there, make a choice to change to have a better life. Make that a mission. I made change a mission. I must have changed thousands of things about my life. And if I count all the new places and experiences I've had because of that change, I've changed thousands of things about my life. And you know what? Change is the hardest thing you'll ever do or be a part of. But if you can embrace change and personal growth and sobriety and overcoming in your life and make that a mission, you're gonna feel fucking incredible, man. And you know what? Some days suck, even for me. Some days are harder than others, but every day, again, I try to make myself better. And again, my mission is to give my family the greatest life ever lived. But guess what? If you don't make yourself better, they don't get that. They don't get that. It starts here. If you don't make this better, they don't get that. You don't get that. If you don't do it every single day, you might not get that either. So you have to make yourself be on a mission to become better in some aspect of your life, in some way, somehow. And again, make it a routine, make it a habit, make change, becoming better, just so ingrained in your personality that you just keep growing on into infinity, into the afterlife. Because it's got to be something deep, burning desire in your soul. Again, do you want to feel like shit for the rest of your life? You want to be average and ordinary and walked on for the rest of your life? Then get the fuck up off your knees, because that's where you are. 95% of the world sits on their knees, while 4% actually get close to financial freedom. They gain financial independence. And then 1% of the world rules all that shit. And to be in the 1%, you need to have a net worth of $5 million. And you know what? In today's day and age, which is, where I'm going right now, it's not really that hard. Once you make a decision to get better, things don't seem so far out of reach anymore, because hey, if you just changed, like say, getting clean and sober, if you just quit drinking and drugs, man, your life becomes infinitely better. You become infinitely stronger for maintaining that abstinence of drugs and alcohol. And you find in that strength that you can do anything. And that's what I found. And that's why I speak about it after I've changed so many things now, that I hope that I can inspire others to just do something simple today that's going to change your life drastically, dramatically in the future. Because it starts, again, with the most simplistic thing. And that simplistic thing, after you bounced off rock bottom 1,000 times, and rock bottom doesn't have to be an addiction. It could be with money, relationships, friendships, your job, anything. But once you change this simplistic change that's so massive you can't wrap your mind around it, once you do it and you overcome it, you figure out again that you can do anything. So go for the 1%, man. That's where I'm going. I'm going for the less than 1%. I already am that with running. I just want to take that and make it financial. And it starts though with something that you're passionate about. Like for me, speaking every day, running every day, affirming every day, and trying to get better every day, trying to change every day. And again, not every day is going to be good, but if you change your attitude, you're going to get through that shit a hell of a lot better. So get on a fucking mission, man. Have an awesome day. Don't sit there today. Kick today's ass. Let's go.